Okay.
Hi.
Fashion. We live it, we eat it, we breathe it in. But what?
What is your problem?
I don't know how to talk. But what? Do we thrive in fashion?
I think some of us do and some of us don't. I mean, in a high school, it's usually pretty easy to tell who does and doesn't float in the proverbial pool of fashion.
I feel like it's easy to tell who was dressed by their parents when they were little and who got complete freedom to be dressed.
I think that's what it is between you and me, because you look like you were able to dress yourself. Meanwhile, I had 9 years of uniforms. So
I also had 9 years of uniforms. I went to a private school.
Oh, you did?
From kindergarten till, I think it was like 5th grade.
Which school?
It wasn't in the country.
Oh.
So I wore, but I also had the freedom of changing out of those clothes after school and going out with my friends.
Yes.
So in that way, I kind of explore fashion myself. For a while, I hated jeans because I only had colorful jeans, like coral jeans and like green jeans, and like I hate them.
Jeans are vile for me because I'm very tall. I'm not large, but I do have I have a large end, to say the least. And finding jeans that have holes in them or are loose fitting, impossible. All jeans on me are so tight, and I hate it.
It's so hard. No, the jeans I'm wearing right now are the first pair of jeans I've had in years, almost probably a decade, and I'm about to be 18, right? I hate jeans because I don't like the way it because it either fits you around your waist or it fits you around your like thighs and general area.
I like jeans that are kind of tighter around my thighs and then loose at the bottom.
Yes, these are flare jeans. That's why I'm in love with them.
Yeah.
Because I went through my emo phase. I'm still going through my emo phase. But when I was deeper into my emo phase, I had black ripped jeans, and they were skinny jeans.
Yes.
Right? And they actually fit me super nice. Like, they actually were really comfortable to be in. But, like, later on, I'm like, I don't like how skinny jeans looks on me. But jeans are so hard to deal with because you don't want to go in a dressing room and just deal with putting in a button for, like, 20 minutes. Button.
Yeah, pops out at that point. Like, I've had that before in a dressing room. It's not great.
It's so bad. And, like, I was talking about this earlier. I had tried on a size 16 jeans, got a darker color, went home, it didn't fit. I'm like, how is that possible? They're the same size.
Yeah.
Why is the color making it harder to put it on? And this brings me to vanity sizing. It sucks.
It does. I'm not even a woman and I know it sucks.
But vanity, it's like, it's so annoying because you go to a store, you get like a size skirt 5, and then you go to the next store and you're a size like 10, and it's like, how did I go up like 5 sizes? How is that working?
Exactly. And you know what's funny too? It's the exact opposite problem for men. Men's clothing has such extremely general sizing unless it's jeans.
Yeah.
Like, for me, this shirt is an XL. Doesn't fit me that well because I've gained weight since I first bought it. But I bought some XL shirts off of Amazon. They're kind of loose. And so, like, how is that possible? It's the same measurement, but it's the same lettering, but it's not uniform. That's what really bugs me.
Because for shirts, for me, what I've experienced as a girl, shirts fit nicely on the size. It's just the pants that are weird, that don't fit.
Yeah.
Like, unless it's sweatpants, you're basically in a guessing game. And for men's jeans, they have such specific measurements. Like, they have the length, they have the width.
Is that another thing for women's clothes?
No, it's just your hips. It's just a size 16. Does it fit around your hips or your waist? That's all. They don't tell you, oh, this is the length of the leg.
I mean, famously, women don't have anything past the knee.
Yeah, they just have the thighs, and that's all. But because my mom and I, we used to go shopping for like my little cousins and get them clothes and all of that. And mom would be like, oh, they are at 36, 39. So, like, 36, 39. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I would look for my jeans, and I'm like, what's my leg size? I don't have a leg size.
Yeah. It's so obnoxious. I hate shopping for clothes because of it, and I want to wear nicer things, but it's like, or buying things off the internet too, especially like even depending on what country it comes from, it can be completely different. Like XL coming from Asia, even though it's like clothes made for Americans, an XL pant does not fit me. I have to go up a size just for that specific brand. It's really weird.
That's why size charts are so important. Like, I get if you're getting it like off of Amazon, some places are not gonna have size charts. But if you have like, if you go into a store and they don't have a size chart, then that's kind of iffy. Because if I go to like Old Navy online and they don't give me a size chart, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, I don't even go to Old Navy.
I go to Old Navy for the jeans.
Well,
Jeans, they're really comfortable.
yeah.
Like, these are the most comfortable pair I've had.
They do feel like they'd be comfy.
They're so nice.
Yes. But like, what else? Like the sizing, history of sizing is obnoxious too, because it used to be uniform. Because I think originally it was just the number was the inch, and it was simple and it worked. And then I think about in the 50s, they started deciding, oh, well, maybe we could make these women feel a little bit better than themselves. And so they invented things like 0 and 00 sizes, which aren't real necessarily. You can't have a 0-inch waist. That's not possible.
And
But
if
like,
you do, you are not living.
yeah, I guess. But like, and then once that started happening though, companies started creating their own measurements and specific kind of scaling, and so it created an issue where there was no uniformity because everybody had their own kind of thing going on.
And it's like, it's so annoying, because that's why a lot of people just wear like stretchy stuff, or girls wear a lot of dresses, because for dresses you only have to worry about the bust
And the shoulder.
and the shoulder sometimes, and covering like enough if like to your like liking.
What are you, Catholic? Like, yeah.
Are you Catholic? No, but like some
Sorry.
people want like maxi or like
Yeah.
mini or like medium.
I haven't heard people describe dress lengths that specific way since I was in Catholic school.
Well, also it's because you don't buy dresses.
Yeah.
When you go buy dresses, you're always like, oh, I want, because maxis can be super cute, like with the slit on the
absolutely,
thigh,
I know.
or like a maxi that it's like silk, so it's like falls nicely on the body. But like, yeah, you're like, what are you talking about? Like, nun outfits.
Full coverage.
Full coverage outfits.
That's why I will never understand why Christian people are talking about hijabs being oppressing women when we have nuns.
Well, honestly, veiling in Christianity is a thing.
Yeah.
And it's so sick.
Eastern Orthodox, usually.
I honestly, modest clothing is so cute when people pull it off. Like, when you style it correctly, it's like the cutest thing
When
in the
people
world.
are choosing to do it, yes.
Yeah, when you choose it to do it, and you're not like being like, oh, you're wearing that.
What do you think of the Abby Shapiros of the world, the women who say you need to be dressing modest because you are otherwise depreciated property?
Well,
is the way she describes it.
Well, that's problematic in the way that you're saying women and anyone is property.
Yeah.
But it's just icky, because the term modest is hottest is weird, because like
It's so weird.
it's like, what's hot about modesty? Modesty is the whole thing of being liked by who you are, not what your body looks like.
If it's about imagination, just go around in a cocoon.
Become a butterfly, God.
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like people, like, if you want to dress modestly, go ahead, like, do it. It's like, love it, but don't force it upon other people.
Yeah.
Like, just let people wear what they want to wear.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a Fortnite shirt, then I will throw you into the dirt.
Yes. I remember my old Catholic school for girls' uniforms. It was jumpers up until 6th grade. And then it was allowed to be skirts, and everybody hated those jumpers. Nobody wore a jumper after 6th grade because they're awful.
I remember for my school we had 3 different uniforms. We had our gym uniform.
Oh yeah, we had those too.
Our everyday uniform and our athletic uniform. Our everyday uniform, which a lot of people didn't wear it unless it was like an assembly. It was for the girls. It was a black or navy tights or socks, a red skirt that went like to the knee or a little bit high, a white polo shirt, and a sweater that was black or navy.
Oh,
and like black shoes.
That's cute.
Like the colors of my school were really nice. Our athletic uniform was just sweatpants, a half zip up hoodie, and your white polo shirt. And your gym was just shorts and a white polo shirt.
Yeah.
But like I feel like thanks to that, to my school, I feel like I got a good sense of what colors I like. Because I don't like greens. Like ugly greens that a lot of schools tend to have, I don't like them.
Like an olive?
Yeah, like an olive.
I don't mind olive.
I don't like olive in clothing. Like if it's like, yeah, military is olive, basically.
You like olives?
I don't like olives. Olives are my least favorite food in the world.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm the only one in my family that doesn't like them. But, like, I'm talking about, like, private school greens. They're not, like, a earthy, cute green. They're, like, a ugly, muddy green.
Sometimes it works, though. Like, the Catholic school circuit out here, it's always the same thing for the uniforms, except different colors. Like, my school uniform was white or baby blue polo that was, like, cotton. There was no polyester. It felt very weird. And then like black slacks that also felt awful to touch. Like I would never put my hands on my lap because I hated the way those pants felt. But that was basically the uniform for everybody with different colors. My school's colors were blue, so the jumpers had this like cute, what's the term? Not flannel. Basically flannel, but like the specific kind of Scottish flannel that has all the different lines going together.
That's a flannel.
Ours was blue. There was a school that had green, red. I think there was a yellow. But it was usually those 4 colors, and the green looked decent from what I can remember. But I felt like our school's uniforms looked the worst because it was like, oh, they have like these nice earthy, darker colors, and then I'm sitting here in a baby blue polo that's short sleeved, like.
Honestly, earthy tones are a really good way to start experimenting because they're just so neutral that you don't have to worry about it looking outrageous in a way.
You know what I don't understand?
What?
Color swatching to your skin tone.
Well,
I've never understood that.
I do understand that because then like you have your seasons and all of that, and actually I've done it.
Yeah. Well, seasonal colors are different.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about like color swatching to your skin because of your undertones. Like if you are a cool undertone, you don't go around wearing like a warm orange. Like that would be a weird contrast on your skin. Because stuff can wash you out. I've witnessed that many a times.
I think it's because I wear black so much. I don't get it.
Well, yeah, black and white are neutral
Black and white
colors.
are anti-colors.
Yeah, so like anyone can wear them no matter what. But like if you want to wear like a color, like a daring color, you need to make sure that it does not wash you out, but it brings you out.
I'm really white, so I mean.
Well, what are your undertones?
Cool tones.
You're cool tone.
And I'm really pale, but I want to wear like pastel shit.
Well, pastel can work for you, but like you have to accessorize it with like a little bit of a darker color.
Oh, like black jewelry.
Yeah, like black jewelry, or like a pastel top and like black pants.
I want these kind of straps, but like a tank top. Oh, you're wearing lace.
It's not lace. Anyway,
No.
this.
That's a nice green. That's kind of an
Yeah,
olive.
I like this green.
It's close to olive.
It's close to olive, but it's not like it doesn't have the muddiness of olive. Olives are muddy.
A little brown.
Olives are like brownish.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I love the color brown.
Makes for a nice tablecloth.
It does, but I love the color brown. But I cannot stand brown undertone colors.
But yeah, no, like, or the I guess it is about styling because I think people technically do have a kind of a specific color to them, maybe. But at the end of the day, you can wear anything if you can style it right. Mm-hmm. Like I can wear a brown and an orange and a black shirt, and it'll work. I've worn that outfit here before. It looks
Brown
really
and
good.
orange?
Brown pants, black shirt, orange coat, and
Well,
then some silver
okay.
jewelry.
Yeah, that would work.
But it's like a darker kind of
Yeah.
iridescent orange.
Yeah, like if you wear like a neon orange, it's like
Who am I?
neon kids. Neon kids are. Did you
What
ever-
is it with 6th grade boys always having the same fit?
No,
It is the neon green shirt,
the
the
Nike
Nikes, and the
socks.
basketball shorts.
Literally, and all of it is neon for some reason.
It's always awful.
It's like, I get you're fighting yourself, but like,
That's not finding
That's
yourself.
not-
That's fitting in. You found yourself, and you've chosen that.
well, I think that everyone goes through a journey,
Yeah.
and that we should all appreciate the end game of it.
Yeah. Let's take a break.
Um,
Hi, welcome back.
welcome back. So I personally feel like fashion should be celebrated as long as it's respectful to everyone.
What fashion do you think disrespects people? Like racist costumes?
Yes, but also when you try to appreciate it, but you end up mocking it in a way. Because, like, people are always like, oh, don't wear cultural costumes. And it's like, that's understandable. Don't wear as, like, a costume.
Don't wear it as
out.
a costume.
But, like, if you go to the country, or if you go to, like, a community where they are doing that as an experience and you can learn about it, then you're like, you should do it. Like, just to learn. Like, when you go to Japan, you can go get, like, your makeup done by, I forget what they're called.
I don't think they do geisha makeup in Japan.
They
That's
do.
a job.
No, like, they do it just for an experience. And they put you in a kimono and you
Oh.
learn about the experience of wearing, like, the
I
kimono
know.
and the geisha makeup and, like, the wooden sandals, I think they're, like, they
Yeah.
have. So, like, each culture will have, like, a tourist attraction to learn about said thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're. I mean, I think there's a line to it. Yeah, like as an experience, part of the learning. What am I thinking about? What I lost track. What were you saying?
Journey experience.
We were not saying that last.
Yes, you did. You said part of the journey, the experience.
Oh, clothing is culture, right? But like, I think it really just depends. Like, do you remember that story about the girl who wore like a Chinese style dress to her prom before COVID? Even
I don't.
she got a lot of shit for wearing that to prom, and it was like it wasn't necessarily offensive. I mean,
think
also it's
people-
kind of tasteless if that's your first
people
choice.
deem stuff as offensive when it's not.
I think it's usually people that look like me that do that.
Why white saviors like to deem stuff as offensive when it's really not?
Yeah.
And
that
I
is
think
what it
it's
is.
really silly. I think it's a very funny thing because it all goes back to like the supremacy of white people.
Yeah.
Because like if like a white savior is like, oh, I'm doing good for the marginalized groups, the marginalized group is like, shut up, you're doing nothing but hurt us. It's a cycle that repeats itself.
Yeah. We're here to talk about fashion.
You're so right. We got too political.
Who is Hillary Clinton? Never heard of her.
Well, it's hard to talk about something without getting into politics because it revolves.
You know what? Politics and fashion. That dress Monica Lewinsky wore. Beautiful.
Which one?
The dress. Do
The
you
dress.
know?
I think that my favorite political
Or
scandal
Jackie
fashion.
O.
No, my favorite political scandal dress is the revenge dress Princess Diana
Princess
wore,
Diana's
and then
dress.
Camille
Beautiful.
wore, and then Camille tried to wear it, and no one liked it because it's like you're not pulling it off.
Jackie Onassis Kennedy. She had some great style. She was the
The
60s.
one that ate steel.
Girl.
What
Yes,
is
the one that ate steel. Actually, I'm looking it up in my search history. It's Jackie Kennedy sheet metal.
Got it. It's so niche. I love it.
But like she was a fashion icon.
She
in
was
the
the
60s.
icon.
But-
Like the dresses, the hat that went with the dress, the
Yeah.
gloves. Like that is beautiful. Like
I do think though
that is modest in a way. Like it's covering what the people don't, what the people of the modesty. Oh yeah.
she really.
she looks like he eats shit.
But I think the problem with Jackie Kennedy is the fact that she really represents one economic class of fashion. Most people didn't actually dress like that.
Mm-hmm.
There was the hippie movement and
We
the
also have
beatniks.
we have Jack Kennedy as one, and then we have Marilyn Monroe as
I think
an
that's the same
example
kind.
of this. No, because Marilyn Monroe
she was
was
dead by
more.
the 60s.
Yeah, they were both in the same era. Happy birthday, Mr. President. That was JFK.
That's what. Yeah, JFK sounded like that.
No, that was. Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding.
But I feel like Jackie represented like the women of the
Upper classes.
of the upper classes, while Marilyn Monroe was looked down upon because of like the whole Playboy thing that the guy posted, and Marilyn was like, I never agreed to these, and like everyone looked down to her because they saw her as like a bad icon.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, she was like a sex icon for some people, but
Well,
people were like, oh, ew.
Some people are prudish, but she did die at the like not the height of her career, but like slightly after the height of her career. 'Cause she was filming a movie with like Dean Martin at the time when she passed away.
And she had like her own company and stuff like that.
She
Didn't
did.
she? Yeah.
Somebody tried to buy her house recently. I think they're making it a historical landmark.
That's what they need to do.
Yes.
That's where they need to put her dress. The nude
Instead of
illusion.
on Kim
Instead of
Kardashian
in
or
Kim
whoever it
Kardashian.
was.
Because they literally had a replica for the red carpet.
But she wanted to wear the real one.
Like, it's so ridiculous. Yeah. Like, it's so disrespectful. Especially because people already disrespect Marilyn Monroe in many ways. By, just, putting her in a role that she isn't.
But talking about, like, how movie stars have been leading the charge of fashion is usually the people that are famous, that are at the forefront of fashion. Rarely do I feel like they're, outside of, like, Tyra Banks, there's never really been a very big famous model. Even names like Naomi Campbell or Shalom Harlow, or they're known for modeling, but they're not known for really having a personality.
If you're not in the know, you don't know
Shalom
Naomi
Harlow's
Campbell.
full of herself.
Because Tyra Banks made such a hit in Hispanic households. You know,
Tell me about that. I don't
top
know.
American.
Do I look like I don't know?
You totally do. Top American, like the next next top model.
Yeah.
My mom watched that religiously. Like we had a little TV in the kitchen, or literally like a square TV in the kitchen.
Yes.
That's all she would watch when she was cooking.
Yeah.
Like, it was such... And I still watch it till this day. Like, I will watch, episodes on YouTube. Because it's... No matter how problematic it was, it's such a good show. It's it has the drama. It has the makeovers.
Well, see, but that show gets me. I don't like... I understand that it's done because you need to keep ratings up, but, I feel like the draw of that show should not be the drama.
True.
That's how it is for Drag Race.
It should be the fashion. It should be, finding America's Next Top Model. But without drama. Because it was also in the height of,
Project Runway is kind of.
It was also in the height of reality TV.
Yeah.
So, drama everywhere. The Kardashians had drama 24/7. You wanted to keep your show going.
That lady from The Housewives put her fake leg on the table and made history. The only thing fake about me is this.
So, I understand why the drama was, a leading thing for America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
So, I really feel like fashion shows should stay fashion mainly.
Yes.
You can have drama, of course, but, you should always just focus on the fashion, because that's what you're there for.
I think it's disappointing when... Unless the storyline is really good, I don't think it should be storyline based on who wins a show like that. On Drag Race, that's kind of a prevalent issue. The more reserved or boring queens, in quotes, tend to go home earlier, even though they're a lot more talented than the people who go home early. And I think the only time that the storyline base for a winner works is, Jinx Monsoon, because her whole thing was about overcoming bullies and, believing in yourself. But then what happens a lot is that people argue about, as a side tangent here, people argue about who deserved to win based on either track record or individual wins. 2 seasons of international Drag Race shows ended. Drag Race Italia, people were upset that the person who won, Nina Galore, had a worse overall track record than Melissa Bianchini, who was Brazilian and a trans woman, and people think that it was also Italian meddling because they are very racist, but she had more overall wins. She was high for every episode and she didn't win. Conversely, the person with the best track record on Canada's Drag Race, who was never in the bottom and never had to lip sync Venus, she won compared to Aurora Matrix, who was an Asian queen, but she had more overall wins, even though she was in the bottom like twice.
I feel like fashion shows are more driven for like the likes of the people in a way. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, but it should be, because if you have judges, the judges should be there to critique specifically the fashion of it, unless it's like in Drag Race, like the lip sync challenges, you gotta criticize like the lip sync and the fashion.
Yeah.
But like in shows where the fashion is everything, should be like the fashion should be the forefront of every single challenge.
Drag Race is more of a variety show.
It is.
Even though it should be fashion first. Because every episode has a runway.
It always should be fashion first with Drag Race, because drag queens are quite literally like, their whole personality is what they make their fashion be. Trixie Mattel, a doll, hence Mattel.
Trisha Martell. She is quite a character. Nobody can do that eye makeup because that is her brand. But like, and you know what, here's a good fashion point. The concept of like alternative art and outfits has never really been something that was appreciated on Drag Race, and sort of alternative styles. People who are a lot more like artistic or strange and goofy in their art and in their clothing and fashion very rarely ever win.
True.
And they are usually midway season outs because their art isn't really appreciated.
Yeah,
Milk on season 6 and Trixie Mattel on season 7.
You can't be too boring, but you can't be too extravagant. You have to be in like the middle of it.
She doesn't. Well, yeah, neither of them fit into a particular slot.
Yeah,
So.
which is like, it's sad because then that kind of puts in the people's minds that extravagance and like alternative and like very creative artistic fashions are not as appreciated as middle of the road fashions, which are, I love.
Fashion queens, yeah.
I mean, they're still beautiful, but like I think that with the surge of birthday makeup in 2016,
Birthday makeup?
women would like, girls would like do like really heavy makeup for their birthdays.
I guess that's why they call it cake.
And that kind of became like the norm, like the eyebrows, the full base, the contour, everything, right? And now in 2024, 2023, it's more natural.
Makeup was really heavy in 2016.
Yeah, but like that's what inspired people to be more creative. Like looks with more FX stuff started coming into like play during 2016. Like, have you ever watched Glam and Gore?
No.
There are a channel that focuses on FX and glam makeup, and they tend to put it together sometimes. So like I feel like as the years go on, I think that everyone should just start liking what they want instead of following trends.
Yeah.
Because some people are so artistic, but they have to stick with the natural makeup because then they feel like they're not gonna trend and not gonna gain followers, so they're not gonna get a following.
Hyper, and I think this is particularly for straight women, like hyper natural makeup is extremely boring. You do look pretty, yeah, but like you look like the first egg out of a dozen. Y'all look the same. I'm sorry.
It hurts.
It's the blonde hair and the makeup. It's really the sorority girls, or the girls that will go on to go to a sorority. Honestly, there are exceptions. Our good friend Taylor, she has a good personality. She has a personality. But
That's the thing.
But when
the
you're
lack of personality.
but when you're, I feel like hyper natural makeup, like enforces the concepts of sticking in or not sticking out, fitting in, and trying to be normal. When in reality, nobody's like that. Like, just do yourself. If you want to do alt makeup and you're a blonde hydro flask girly, maybe try something different.
And like it's also not just like straight white women.
Honestly.
Like it. What do you mean?
Not in a bad way, but like it could be fun to try like a different color.
I usually do different colors of eyes when the weekends, like when I'm going out somewhere, because I feel more comfortable doing that outside of school.
Yeah.
Because for me, school, I just like to be low-key in school, right?
I was gonna say, like, I think natural makeup is cool, but if you're gonna do anything extreme, do the eyeshadow.
Oh my god, no. Do you know how much glitter I have in my house?
Your
I have
house is probably
so
made
much.
of glitter.
I have so much glitter because I love glitter. Like you would look at me, you were like, "Oh, that person hates glitter." I love glitter.
No, I
makeup.
can believe
I
it.
love it so much. But I was gonna say, aside from like the white women like standard, there's also the newly like Latina copy paste makeup, which is basically a full face beat.
I can't think of anything that I've seen on Instagram that isn't a stereotype, so please elaborate.
It's not like a stereotype, but it's something that has been trending.
The girls that have the big lips, the huge eyebrows,
yeah, like
the lashes.
like everything. Like they call it a copy. They call it a copy paste. They call it a copy paste Latina makeup because it's the same contour. It's the same eyes.
That's
it's
what
the
I was
same
saying
mouth.
about the sorority girls.
Yeah, it's like no matter who you are, there will always be like a copy paste like standard makeup for each race / ethnicity, which is kind of stupid, in my opinion.
I think it's kind of true though. There are always groups of people in a specific group that are all gonna look the same.
Like for example, like
that didn't sound good.
No, I know.
In a sense of beauty and makeup, there are people who will always do their face the same way as the girls.
The brown liner on the lips is big on mainly like brown women, brown and black women.
Yeah.
Because of the lack of lip liners that there used to be in the early makeup ages.
And I think a natural lip is pretty too.
And it's like I think that people just should do what they feel beautiful in. Like if you feel beautiful in just no makeup and some mascara, do that. If you feel beautiful in a full face beat with like simple liner, do that. If you feel beautiful in like a full on wing with graphic liner and all of that, do that.
Yes, I think the most important person to talk about when it comes to makeup is a woman named Tammy Faye Baker. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
She was this is such an interesting story. She was a televangelist in the 80s who was married to a very disgusting, deplorable man named Jim Baker. But she was a very sweet lady. She had her own little puppet show, and she was very kind and accepting. And after she lost her TV show and went through a divorce, she got embraced by the gay community, and a lot of people impersonated her for a time. But she is a good example of how much makeup you feel like you can look pretty in, because she never felt good about her natural looks, and she had her lip liner and eyeliner tattooed on, which is crazy.
That's my mom.
But she was so cool.
My mom has her eyeliner tattooed on.
It's so weird to say that a southern 5'5" woman with ridiculous Karen hair was cool.
Dolly Parton?
No, not Dolly Parton does not have Karen hair.
Okay, but
let me show you a picture.
She's a southern woman. But I think tattooed makeup on is actually kind of cool. My mom got her eyeliner tattooed when she was younger.
This is a gay icon.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like tattooed on makeup is actually really sick. It like saves you so much time.
Do you before we start wrapping up, do you know who Tammy Brown is?
I don't.
Let me show you.
Who is Tammy Brown?
Tammy Brown is a drag queen.
I think I've heard her name before. I was watching Trixie and Katya earlier today.
She is she drives a lot of inspiration from Tammy Faye Baker.
I can see that.
She looks ridiculous.
That
She's
is
very,
really scary, but that's so sick.
Very goofy woman.
Very goofy woman.
I don't know. Anyway, it sounds like the music has come to get us. So do you have any final thoughts?
My final thoughts are, you follow your fashion.
Yeah, do what you
wherever
want.
it
Try
leads
things.
you.
If you have money for it.
If you have money and if you have the freedom of it.
If you don't, you do two things. You start going to thrift stores, and if you're able to, buy a sewing machine.
And if you're able, maybe just like get some magazines, like be old school, make a scrapbook of stuff you like.
Yes, or even cooler, make a dress out of those headshots from the magazines. People do that. It's
That'd
cool.
be kind of cool.
Yeah.
If you can, if your school like has a fashion class, take it. I know our school
Absolutely.
does.
Fashion construction, worth it. It's such a fun class. It's so easy. It's simple. You get to make whatever you want. There are no real set plans. I'm making a ball gown. It's fun.
And if you're a plus size girly, don't let any sizes get you.
Don't be afraid of a corset.
Don't be afraid of not fitting on something because they're sizes for a reason.
Yes.
Like for a while, it's scary, but then just do it.
If you're
Push
happy,
it.
you're happy, and you can be pretty doing that. People are making careers. I think that's important. We're finally getting like proper plus size people that aren't comedians.
People can make a career out of fashion, out of their positive view on their bodies, out of their negative view on their bodies, trying to turn it positive.
just look for the people that are right for you.
Absolutely.
Never ever try to just stick with the Gigi Hadids and Bella Hadids of the world.
Yeah.
Even
Gigi
though Bella,
Hadid isn't even.
even though Bella Hadid is a really good person.
Yes.
Just look for what inspires you and what makes you feel beautiful.
Absolutely. Goodbye.
Goodbye.